my claims of rogue cop activity. The court documents and evidence that was illegally seized was identified as court documents and evidence that would have incriminated high-ranking state officials in Lansing. Mr. Mayor, your Detroit police officers had a duty to serve and protect, but failed to do so. So I'm asking for a full investigation into these allegations. Public exposure and media coverage, as well as a potential lawsuit in federal court, may be necessary to resolve this matter. This conduct has severely traumatized my fiancée and daughter, who's only 11 years old. Mr. Mayor, I'm asking your assistance in resolving this matter by the following. Number one, I request an internal affairs investigation into the conduct of the Detroit police officers and the Genesee County Sheriff. Number two, I'm asking that you send investigators to my home, because this is a crime scene. A crime took place here. The pictures taken and to confirm boxes that were numerically or sequentially numbered, and that they are now missing from the above mentioned premises. Number three, that your executive office ask the Genesee County Sheriff's Department to return all items, documents, court documents, and other personal property that were not related to the listed items contained within the search warrant, which were seized by the Genesee County and also authorized to be seized by the judge in Genesee County. Number four, that a detailed review of the conduct of your Detroit police officers is reviewed and any and all improprieties corrected. Number five, that no further jurisdiction be given to outside counties, law enforcement agencies without very strict scrutiny of high-ranking Detroit police commanders or officers within the Detroit Police Department to ensure that my family and I will no longer be violated under the authority of the color of law. Mr. Mayor, because of the Deputy Mayor's Saul Green's experience in law enforcement and the fact that he served as the U.S. Attorney here in the Detroit area, his input would be greatly needed and appreciated. This is the question I would like Mr. Green, Mr. Saul Green, to respond to. If the Genesee County Sheriffs used the Detroit police officers for jurisdictional execution of a search warrant, where the sheriffs illegally confiscated legal documents and evidence to impede a federal litigation against state public officials who engaged in conspiracy to obstruct justice, then the documents illegally taken constitutes a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Illegal search and seizure, invasion of privacy, grand theft, and illegal home invasion. I believe this bogus raid also was for the purposes of coercion, intimidation, harassment, and the attempt to bully me into submission in the termination of my federal lawsuit against state public officials who violated the law and conspired to cover it up. An incidental note, I'm a duly licensed physician in the state of Michigan to treat pain with narcotic medications which may be required. It is very strange that these rogue cops took the medical records from my home premises, but did not bother to take the abnormal x-rays, MRIs, CT scans, electromyographic tests, and abnormal blood work, which would have justified the medical necessity for me writing the narcotic medications for severely ill patients in the first place. It is clear and obvious that the Genesee County Sheriff had a hidden agenda, and it consisted of conspiracy to steal legal documents in order to aid and abet the state public officials from being brought to justice. Unfortunately, law enforcement officers sometimes cover for each other's criminal conduct. This is not the mode of operation of most police officers. And in conclusion, I'm requesting the investigators from the Detroit Police Department and the Wayne County Sheriff's Department to come out to 13134 Broad Street and take a crime report and do an investigation. As the mayor of the city of Detroit, I humbly ask you, in order to bring to justice the misconduct and the corruption that has taken place, and to order an investigation into the conduct stated above. The former mayor of Detroit, it was alleged that he had covered up things that caused his demise. I sincerely hope that this pattern is not being repeated here. Please feel free to call me at any time at 313-629-5140. Sincerely, Timothy Whiteus, MD. My Michigan license number, 4301406556. Carbon copy sent to Mr. Saul Green, Deputy Mayor, Police Chief Barron, Benjamin Whitfield, Attorney at Law, the Honorable Damon Keith, Federal Judge, Warren Evans, the Wayne County Sheriff, Channel 4, Channel 7, the Detroit News, the Detroit Free Press, the Michigan Chronicle, and the Michigan Citizen. I'd like to also add that I went down to Detroit News and Detroit Free Press and I talked with George Hunter. And he told me that he couldn't run the story because there are many allegations by people. This is very serious. It at least warrant the Detroit News and Detroit Free Press investigation into this matter. When black leaders were charged with criminal acts, the Detroit News and Detroit Free Press went all out to bring this matter to the public's attention. But when white officials in Lansing, state high-ranking officials, violate the law, violate people, and violate the Constitution of the United States, they're given cover, they're covered up, okay? And I'm bringing this to the public, and I'm asking for the support of the mayor and the Wayne County Sheriff, Warren Evans, to assist in this investigation. And we will be also filing charges with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The date is December the 13th, 2008.
And the raid took place?
The raid took place on December 4th of 2008. The reason why the raid took place, in my opinion, is because there was high-ranking state officials, okay, that wanted evidence to be confiscated or taken from me to impede my ability for the federal lawsuit that we had pending against some of the highest state officials in Michigan. They came out to my premises and took medical records, but they failed to even go and raid my office. The hidden agenda was to confiscate those sensitive documents that would have incriminated high-ranking state officials into corruption, into violation of the Constitution of the United States, and also violation of federal criminal statutes. They came out to the premises, okay, and did a federal raid alleging that I had written illegal narcotic pain